Wednesday, Central Time, p.m. Eastern. Night school to join and sign up. We're going to go through the steps. Back here in your private portal, all of y'all have this. If you're in the bronze program, if you're in the gold program, you both have this. We already know the difference in the bronze and gold. The gold program, we feed you, we give you your drink, we babysit you, we do everything power to help you for 3 years. Now, if you look at the back office, we even have how to operate the back office. It wasn't like this when I started 23 years ago when Ms. Belma started this program. We had big old booklets, and I'm gonna show y'all. We had big old 3-ring binder booklets, about 10 of them. We had to retype everything step by step. I digitized it and made it easy for y'all. All y'all gotta do is click a button, copy, cut, and paste, fill in the blank. It cannot get any easier than this. So let's talk about it. We got the private, the interviews, which I always record them and put them in here for you all to see, because on this journey, some of y'all gonna see different things. It's just like in the Bible, when they went over there to see the land was filled with milk and honey. He sent 12 of them, 12 spies, to see what was going on. We may be at a beauty shop, a barber shop, or whatever, but he sent the 12 spies over in another land to check on, to see what's going on with the school, to see should they join, should they open a school. Them 12 spies, it was full of milk and honey and fruit and grapes. The grapes were so big, they had to carry them on chariots. But when the 12 spies came back and reported, they all saw things differently. Some of them said they're giants over there. We can't do that. We cannot take the land. See, some of y'all are saying this school is too hard. I can't do it. But then some of them saw something different. They said the land is full of milk and honey and fruit. Some of y'all see this school as full of milk and honey and fruit. See, we don't all see the same thing. And for you all to see the fruit, the milk and honey that's ahead of you, you need to just go back to your shop in your little suite, or go back to your body shop and nail shop and stand behind that chair the rest of your life and make peanuts. I didn't come to talk to you all. You went over to the land, you see it. You see what's ahead. The road may not be easy, but you cannot lay down. See, some people say, well, it's too hard. Some of y'all done let the state board stop you. The little rules and regulations from the state board has halted you. You quit. Let me tell you something. You're fearful. God does not give us a spirit of fear. I don't know where that comes from, but that don't come from God. Some of y'all are going through the knack as you, well, it's too hard and stuff. Quitting is not an option. If you're going to quit right now before you even start this school journey. It's another week. It's not. See, if you don't want a lot, you just go stay at the shop. And I don't know who I'm talking to tonight, because some of y'all done started on this journey and you're already ready to quit. If you're married, if you're a husband or a wife, if you start on this journey and you're about ready to quit, go home and tell your kids, tell your wife, it's too hard. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in myself. I cannot do it. Well, you just go back to that shop, make your little piece, travel, start and have your kids and your kids, curse, but you to go take the land. See, read the book, talks about Caleb and Joshua. See, the 12 spies that went over there, they saw things different. See, we don't all see the same thing. God didn't give you that vision. If God gave you that vision, you will be able to see above and beyond where you are right now. See, if God didn't give it to you, you may as well go on back to the shop and quit. Because when he gives you a vision, some of y'all are late at night, tossing and turning. You can't sleep because this baby is up inside of you. This school is up inside of you that you got to birth. You pregnant with possibilities. See, some of y'all been pregnant for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, 30. Some of y'all been pregnant. See, when you're working at the shop, you're pregnant. And when you get that school, you've birthed that baby. See, some of y'all about ready to give birth right now. Some of y'all will never give birth. Some of y'all are about to abort the baby right now. You are about to abort your future. You are about to abort millions of dollars that the government has waiting on you. God has already shown you that you can do it. He showed you by that school on across town where you retraining their students. He's shown you by that school owner that has less gifts, less talent, less resources than you. He's shown you by that school owner that don't care nothing about the students. It's time for you to birth that baby. I didn't say it was going to be hard. You've been carrying it for years. What are you going to do about it? What do you see over in that land? It's a land of milk and honey, the promised land. God has already told you. He's already given you the tools. He's given you everything to take the land. He's already shown you who you need to partner with to take the land. Even when Solomon hooked up with King Pharaoh, it's very important who you connect with. Some of y'all are about ready to give up. If you give up, that's okay. Because those of you all that move forward and take the land, they're going to need a shop. Your students that you graduate, that's going to enroll in your school, they're going to need somewhere to work. Now, you take all of your great students, your good students, and you set up a shop for them. But those that started on this journey and about ready to quit and they're going to give up, send all your bad students to their shop. I don't know who I'm speaking to tonight, but I'm speaking, this comes from a word from upstairs. Now, I didn't plan on saying this, but it just hit me and I felt like I needed to tell somebody this. Let's go ahead and get ready and do this work. Now, when a student comes in your school, you must have some documents that are in compliance with NACAS. Okay, you passed state board. State board is kindergarten. It's a piece of cake. It's not hard. Half of y'all getting stopped by state board. You done join the program, you're going to let state board stop you. You're going to let some little rules and regulations, some paperwork, a little building, you let that stop you living the lifestyle that you truly deserve. Here we go. Student comes in, it's right here. Number one student, look, here it is. School student enrollment packet. It's right here. Plain as day. Simple as that. Have the school catalog in a Word document and PDF. Download it, copy, cut, and paste, fill in the blank. Now, they got to fill out a registration form. So I'm going to pull up the registration form for you. Student registration form. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to the back office like a student. So here I go. I'm going in like a student so you all can see, because I'm in the back portal, the master portal, but now I'm in here like a student. Let me know if you all can see this. Do y'all see the back office? I'm going to pull up, let me see. Let me know if y'all can see this. All right, Stephanie said yes, Jessica still, all right. So they said they can see it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go down to right here, registration form, click on it. I just clicked on the registration form. Now, with 𝗧𝗃𝗧𝘃, let me make it big because I know my COO, Anissa, can't really see. Hopefully you can see that, Anissa. Now, this is a registration form. The registration cannot exceed $150. Okay, you can charge over $150 for registration. Why? Because 𝗧𝗃𝗧𝘃 said so. That's one of their rules and regulations. So if you ask me why, I'm going to tell you because 𝗧𝗃𝗧𝘃 says so. That's what the rules and regs say. So you can make this $150 if you want to. So you're going to get their regular information, name, address, phone number, date of birth. If they got an ID, driver's license number, social security, emergency contact. You want to know if they got a GED, high school diploma, how they heard about your school, so you'll know what kind of branding and marketing, if it's working or not working, they sign and date. So that's simple right there. Most schools have that. Next thing we got to have. And the great thing about this, we have it in a Word document, which is right here. You just click that and download it, change the names. Next, click here. Student orientation checklist. Can y'all see the student orientation checklist? Let me know. Okay, I guess y'all can see that. So y'all can see the student orientation checklist. All right, Sandra said she could. Veronique, okay, great. Now, what this is, when y'all through accreditation, see hey, do you have your student orientation checklist? Can you verify that students know about the program objectives, the desired student characteristics, job opportunities? Can y'all hear me now? Okay, good. Somebody said I was not muted. All right. Now, because is what I want to know, did students know all of this before they enrolled in school? The clock procedures, lockers, kid policy, dress code, standards of conduct, all of this stuff that we're talking about right now, that's in the school catalog, okay? So what we got to do, student is going to fill out their name. Program is going to be barber, Cosmo, nail, aesthetics, natural, whatever program they enrolled in. The date. It must be dated before they start school or on the date that they start school, because 𝗧𝗃𝗧𝘃 needs to verify that a student was told this before they enrolled in school. Okay? Makes sense. Now, what you gonna do, put a check mark, an X, a line, an initial. The student's gonna do that on every last one of these. Every last one of them. I don't care if they did it or if they didn't do it or whatever. You make sure they check every last one of these lines. Okay? Now, then make sure that student signs this and dates it. This date right here should be the same date as this. And like I said, it must be dated before they enroll in school. If it's dated on the day that they enrolled in school and 𝗧𝗃𝗧𝘃 asks why, tell 𝗧𝗃𝗧𝗃, which is the credit commission, that you had your orientation the first thing that morning. Okay. Now, so now we've covered. Y'all see the student orientation checklist. Most schools don't have that. Next thing, the orientation pre-enrollment receipt. Let me make this big. Now, this sheet right here, orientation receipt of information. What this is, this documents that before a student started school, they had the orientation, you went over the school catalog, you went over the school graduation rates, I don't care if you just opened and no graduates have graduated. So what? You went over it, we just opened, nobody's graduated. School's job placement rate. We don't have a job placement rate, but you still need to check that if you just started. Certification or licensure requirements. That's in the school catalog. State required information. They're going to get the rules and regulations. For all of y'all that in the GOLD program, you know how we create your automated business system, your funnel, and we have the catalog embedded in there and rules and regulations. If not, make sure you DM or email my CEO, Granted by Faith. She'll make sure that that's in your funnel. Now, prerequisites for employment, satisfactory academic progress policy. That's in the catalog. Make sure student name, printed, program date, put that right there. So you can put the program right here and the date. Also, signature, student signature, have them to sign right here and they date that. Program date, that's just the name of the program. Now, something that's very important. I just showed y'all 2 orientation forms. If you got 10 students starting on that same day, you're going to bring all of them in the classroom together. You're going to give out 10 manila folders and you will hold up the document and you all will go through that together. That way you ain't got to do it 10 times, if that makes sense. You can do it one time and record it and play that recording. They can pull out their cell phone. We could put that on an online academy where they go to that and they go through orientation. So there's a lot of ways we can do that. So now we've covered 2 orientation forms. If you don't do this, 18 months down the road or whenever you go through NACAS, the accreditation, they're going to ask you, it's in the institutional self-study. Are students having orientation before they start school? About the licensure rate, grad rate. They'll ask you all these questions. You're going to answer yes in ISS. When we answer yes, they want documentation. This is our documentation. So we can upload that and put that in the ISS. Hopefully y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. All right, now we're going to move on. The famous enrollment agreement. This is a 3-page enrollment agreement. It is already NACAS compliant. Okay? Can y'all hear me? Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Yes, okay. All right, because somebody said that sounded good. All right. Now, this enrollment agreement, for y'all that are not in the program, you're going to be lost. Just from this little information right here, you're going to get denied or delayed. We ain't even got out the gate good. You just walked up to the batter's box and you done struck out already. This is very important what I'm showing you all. Now, the enrollment agreement, it's already done for you. Look, school name, address, city, state, zip. And we got it in a Word document and a PDF. It doesn't get any easier than this. If you look, if you're in the GOLD program, we'll put your school name, address, and all that. We'll do your push-ups for you. We'll even drink your cold pressed juice. We'll eat your vegetables for you. We'll even drink your water for you in the GOLD program, if you want us to do that. Now, scrolling on down, enrollment agreement. If you don't have this right here, limitation from NACAS, name, social, phone, all of this right here, it's mandatory. Everything on this enrollment agreement is mandatory by NACAS. This agreement is entered into between your school name right there and applicant. Leave applicant, don't put the student name right there. Programs. If you don't have Cosmo, then you don't put Cosmo right there. Put what program you got, the clock hours, full-time, part-time, enrollment fee, whether it's $100, $150, the tuition has to be broken down. How much are you, if you got a 1,500-hour course and you charging $1 an hour, that's $1,500 for tuition. But we still got to add the books and supplies, and then that's going to equal the total tuition. All right. So you're going to add your enrollment fee, tuition, books and supplies. That equals total tuition. All right. Now, this charge includes the cost. All of this right here, it has to be there. Don't get pretty and smart and try to delete some of this. Don't act like those master cooks that don't read the recipe and they always got to add an extra cup of sugar, a little bit more salt. Look, you cannot eyeball this. No, you can't. You're going to have to, this is one time you're going to have to follow instructions. I know some of y'all don't like following the instructions. You always want to add your little bit or take this little bit out. It's not going to work on this. You're going to have to follow instructions for once in your lifetime and do exactly what this says. If not, you will get denied and you will get delayed from going through your accreditation, which is going to hold up your government money. You want that $10,000 Pell Grant per student? You want up to $19,000 in student loans per student? That means it puts you in position to get about 29,000 students. You're going to have to follow some rules and regulations. It's laid out right here. Transfer, reentry student hours accepted. If they did transfer and it's a new student, you're not going to blank. You're going to acknowledge it. Put NA or just draw a line. Do not leave it blank. I repeat, do not leave it blank. You must draw a line or put NA. It has hours accepted. If they didn't come from another school, NA or a line. A lot of schools have been leaving it blank. NACAS has been writing them up. Hopefully y'all understand that. Contract, again, that's the date that the student starts your school. The date. If they're on a 12-month and they start February 22nd, 2020, contract ends February 22nd, 2021. That simple. Okay. So you do the calculation. Now, this is scheduled to attend a total of 30 hours a week. Put that right there. Check full time or 16, or they're going to do, check it right here. Student's personal schedule. You can just put it right there. Now, contract costs and payment terms. What we're looking at right here. Leave all this. Where it's red, put your school name. Doesn't get any easier than that. Now we're going on down. This is where you may, if you charge overtime, you can put that right here. If you don't, then the school will not charge additional tuition for hours remaining. Sometimes schools do. They may say they charge $10 an hour for additional training. Now I'm going to share something with you all. If you're going to charge for overtime, if they go past their date, $10 an hour, you're going to have to charge every last student the same thing. You can't charge Sally Sue the $10 an hour because you don't like her, and then Betty Bob, you let her slide. If you don't do that to everybody and NACAS catches it, you're going to get rolled up. So a lot of schools, to be on the safe side, they will just put, the school will not charge right here. Okay, but if you're going to charge for additional, you got to make it fair and charge everybody. Now, right here, the school will charge an enrollment, non-refundable. If they fill out their enrollment, that the registration, that $100, that's non-refundable. If they don't start, so what? They just lost that $150. If you charge $150, change this $100 to $150. Okay. Now, also, if a student quits and they want to re-enter, that's where this fee is. Whether you're gonna charge $50, $25, or you're gonna charge $100. Put that number right there. Methods of payment. All of this stuff here, leave all that in there. That's the great thing about this paperwork. You don't have to think. You just do exactly what it says. Application fee. If you charge $150, put that there. Application fee is registration fee. Books and kit, tuition, miscellaneous, total tuition and fees. Add all that up. If they put a deposit down, put that there. This is self-explanatory. Monthly payments, payment due on or before whatever date you decide. Student signs right there. If the student is under 18, get their parent to sign and date. All right. Student signs here, dated. Now, where it has guardian, if they're over 18, we can't leave that blank. NA or a line for the date and guardian or sponsor signature. 9 times out of 10, all your students are going to be over 18, so they'll be student signature. Next step. We still on contract, enrollment agreement. School name goes here. Is in English. Now, right here, this your state, whatever your state. Men. I'm saying copying it, but don't just get. I'm not going to even use the word dumb. Now, all of this verbiage and everything in here, it has to stay in there. It has to stay there. I can't drill it in your head enough. Look, don't be delete this. If you do, you're not going to be in compliance. All of this stuff right here, you better not delete none of it. All of it belongs in there. If you're a school and you're just getting in our program, what we gonna do, and you got new students coming in, they're gonna start filling out these new enrollment agreements. We're gonna start them off filling the new ones. Now, I don't think they're on here, so I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret. If you got students in there and we gotta get through that 𝗧𝗧𝘅𝘁 real quick, they're gonna have to come back in the office and redo these papers. And y'all don't tell nobody, we're gonna burn files. Burn them, and we gotta keep the ones that's in compliance. But don't tell nobody that. This is our secret. All right, now, refund policy. It must be in here. I know, look, you have to understand all this. You just had them to fill this out. I don't care if you don't read this. I don't care if you don't understand it and know what it means. I'll break it down to you. You just had that student to fill this out. You had that student to put their initial there. Look, you had that student to put their name. And look, even the student can't write that good. If he got chicken scratch, like a lot of men, you print that student's name, address, you fill this whole thing out, and this is what you do. This is what I used to have my admissions rep to do, and this is what I used to do. I used to fill out that whole thing for them. They would initials, they would sign it and date it, print their name in there, then I'd sign it and date it. These dates, they need to match up. Make sure these dates match up. And it must be dated before they started school. All this should be an orientation or before they start. This is the enrollment agreement. I'm not going to go through this whole enrollment agreement. The refund calculation, these numbers do not change. Look, you bet not change none of these numbers in here. No. All of these are NACAS compliant, and they're compliant with the U.S. Department of Education. What is United States Department of Education? All this is already compliant. You don't have to worry about the refund calculation right now. If a student withdraw and you're in the gold program, what calculation for you? We'll show you how that. Because when NACAS comes to your school, they're going to want to see a copy of a refund calculation. Once I break it down to you and show you how to do it, it's easy as pie. You don't have to remember it. If you can read and follow instructions, I have it broke down step by step by step. If you forget it, so what? You pick up that phone, Gold member, and you call me. If I don't answer, if you get an inspection, we're gonna be on standby anyway. So that I free out the whole day and I just sit by the phone waiting on your inspection. Then the team does that with the computers. Now, so this is the enrollment agreement. The enrollment agreement is 3 pages. A lot of these school owners, they don't have this. They're non-compliant. So when NACAS, they try to get in the program and do the ISS, they got a jacked up enrollment agreement, which means the program is jacked up. And guess what? You're gonna get denied, you're gonna get delayed. You're non-compliant. That's the purpose of this. No one else out there is gonna tell y'all this. They're not. Even school owners that are accredited, that's gone through our program, they're not gonna tell y'all nothing. They don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you secure the bag, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. Now we've gone over that. We went over the registration form or the application, however you want to call it. We've gone over the orientation and pre-orientation. So, and we've gone over the enrollment agreement. Hopefully y'all picking up what I'm putting down. So we went over that. Now I want to share some things with y'all. We're going to go over some, that's what you need in the packet when they start. Now, I want to share something with y'all. You're going to need a copy of their ID. So get you a little printer or whatever, printer, scanner. You need a copy of their ID. You're going to need a copy of their GED or high school diploma or high school transcripts. All right. Now, I'd recommend getting a copy of the Social Security card. Some states require that. And some states go as far as you need the student needs to have a permit. That's usually about $25. Every state is not like that. Some states are, like Texas and other states. A few other states are like that. So you want to also make sure that you have that. What we did tonight, we went over when a student comes in, what documents they need to have, what you need to provide for them. Now, some of y'all probably said, oh, well, that was only 5 or 6 documents or whatever. Yeah, it was. But I'm going to tell you something. A lot of schools don't have that. And they still have that enrollment agreement. So I wanted to share that with y'all. And I'm going to be taking y'all step by step. Now, in this back office, let's look at the back office. Because we got some people on here that are not, they're not in the program. I'm going to show you this back office. It's about 193 different modules or whatever. It's over 3,000 something pages back here. Then you got the one brand course. You got all the NACA stuff. You got the US, look, you got the, first of all, when y'all start, I already know that y'all looking around at the NACA stuff. This is what y'all do. You get in here and you see all this stuff. And I tell all of y'all, the video right, how to operate your back office. I tell you, watch the interviews first. Everything is in order. Do that first. Then do the school enrollment packet. Get all that stuff set up. I have the videos for you all telling you everything. After you do that, what do I tell you? What do I show you? State board. Study your state board rules and regulations. We hadn't opened the school yet. We ain't open yet. We just doing research, doing all of this. You have all your paperwork and everything done before your school is open. On paper, you're already ready if you follow these steps back here. It is step by step. But next thing, employee application, the school business plan. We got that laid out for you to follow. We hadn't opened the school yet. It's taking you step by step. Now, if you've already opened the school, fine. You know, you can backtrack and get all of these documents to get all the students to fill out everything that's in compliance. Now, then we go to the NACA stuff. But a lot of y'all jump down here to NACAs. You can look at it, but you're not ready for that. Some of y'all not ready for that. And you go down here, the NACAs, candidate steps, you look at all that. We have everything is back here from the U.S. Department of Education. Let's go on down here. Everything you need to know about the grants and financial aid, all the manuals. All these manuals here, that's about 13 or 1400 pages just for this. Yeah, this right here is literally probably 1400 pages. But what I want you all to do, yeah, what is it? Yeah, they hadn't updated anything yet. It is probably about 1300 pages. So, and then we got the lesson plans. Everything is back here that you need. But I wanted to share that with you all. But I wanted to go over when a student starts what they need. So we went over that. Y'all have access to that in the back office. Gold members, if you need us to type your name and put all that stuff in there, then call, text, shoot us an email, and we'll do that. But gold members, we want you all to drink your own juice sometime. Now, some things you want us to do, but we want to have you, knowing what's going on too. Now, I've covered that. We're doing good. We are doing really good. We're right on time. So this shows you what to do when a student first comes in as far as having that packet ready. I say packet, the enrollment forms when students enroll. Now there are some other documents that we're going to need. We're going to go over a graduate folder. We're going to go over a withdrawal folder. We're going to go over all of that, but not tonight. We're going to take you step by step by step by step. So we won't miss anything. So I thank you all for tuning in. This will be in the back portal of your governors and Bronze members.